Hey guys, my name is Harry Dale and I'm coming at you with another video here on Boxing Chat. Now I'm going to be going over the keys to victory for Mayweather versus Maidana. Now I'm going to go ahead and start off with Maidana's keys to victory, and the first one that he needs in order to have any chance of winning this fight is he needs head movement. He doesn't need speed, he doesn't need power, he doesn't need his awkward style. What he needs is head movement. In the opening rounds, what Mayweather tries to do is he's trying to figure out if you have any type of defensive mindset. So what Mayweather does is he throws a lot of jabs, very soft jabs, jabs that aren't fully committed, because he's trying to find out how you're going to react. He's trying to figure out how you're going to react to those punches, and he's really trying to figure out how you're going to move. If you don't move at all, he pretty much knows he's got the fight in the bag. If you do, then it's going to be a lot more difficult for him to get his offense off. What I've noticed in his fights is his opponents, the ones that had head movement, were the ones that had more success, like Ricky Hatton, De La Hoya in certain spots, Zab Judah had success. These guys had head movement, so they were more successful in those fights. Now for someone who has no head movement at all would be Robert Guerrero. In that fight, he stood perfectly still. He was getting caught with the same shots over and over, and he wouldn't react. Once he got hit, he'll move his head, and sometimes not even that. Canelo had some head movement early on in the fight, but something happened to him in that fight, which happens to every fighter that faces Floyd, and that is you forget about your own defense. You see, what happens is all these fighters forget about their own defense because they're trying to figure out how to penetrate Mayweather's, how they're trying to get over the shoulder roll, how they're trying to get through his tight defense. So they become extremely offensive and totally forget about their own defense. They forget to move their head, they forget to give different looks, and this is where Mayweather capitalizes on his opponents. Not on their speed, not on their power, not on anything, not footwork. What he does is he figures out if you have defense. If you do, he has a harder time trying to figure you out, and he has a harder time getting his offense off. The reason why he has trouble getting his offense off is because he freezes up and he pretty much waits around. When you move your head against Mayweather, he won't throw. I've seen it in all of his fights. If you have head movement, he won't throw punches, and if he does, he won't fully commit. Why? Because he doesn't want to be off balance, because if he gets countered, he has a chance of getting knocked down or knocked out. For example, Ricky Hatton in the opening rounds, he had a lot of success because he was moving his head side to side, up and down, in a circular motion, giving different looks. So Mayweather was extremely defensive, trying to figure out a way to land on Ricky Hatton. So what happened was he started going to the body. He started going to the body more, but Mayweather leaves himself open. So this is where certain fighters have an opportunity to land on Mayweather's head. But as soon as you forget about your head movement, the fight's pretty much in the bag for him, and he's going to be landing those straight right hands, or the left hooks, the jab, or the right hooks. Now of course you don't just win fights by moving your head, you also need to attack. But the best punch to accompany head movement is the jab. Out of all the punches, the jab is what lands the most on Mayweather. So if you have constant head movement and a constant jab, it doesn't have to be fast, it doesn't have to be powerful, it just needs to be there constantly throughout the whole fight. Just with those two things alone will open up opportunities to land the more effective shots to the body, to the head. And this is where the third key to victory comes into play, and that is combination punching. You're not going to beat Floyd by throwing 1 to 2 punches, 2 to 3. The best chance to beat Floyd is to throw 4, 5, 6 punch combinations. That's the only way, because it keeps him busy, or it could also force Mayweather to start exchanging with his opponent. And as we all know, Mayweather is not the most effective when he's exchanging. He's more of a counterpuncher, and he's more of a shoot first type of fighter. He always tries to get off his offense first before his opponent. Now these 3 keys to victory sound pretty basic, but in boxing it's all about the basics, it's all about the fundamentals. So I'm gonna go ahead and wrap it up for this video on Maidana's keys to victory, but go ahead and subscribe so you can get the next video on Mayweather's keys to victory. Thank you guys for tuning in. Go ahead and subscribe. Until next time, see you later.